Hey guys, this is Sabir. Welcome to part 2 of the Blender beginner tutorial. Before starting the tutorial, let me share some information regarding this tutorial. You can download all the project files of all my tutorials on Patreon. Also, you can directly ask me any queries about the project in Patreon. With that being said, let's start. Let's fix it. First, go to Object Mode by pressing the Tab key. Press the Shift+D buttons to duplicate our model, and press the X key to limit the duplicate model position on X-axis only. Once happy with the new position of the duplicated model, press the left mouse button. Select one of the models and press the Tab key. Press the 3 buttons to go to face selection mode. While holding the Alt key, click on the face to select the looped face. Press the X key to open the Delete pop-up menu, and select Faces to remove the selected face. Following the same method, remove another looped face. Press the 2 key to go to Edge selection mode. Alt+ click on the edge to loop select the edge. Press the X key again, then select Dissolve Edges. Let's select all the side edges too using Shift+Alt+ left click. Then remove these edges using the X key and then dissolve edges. Let's switch off Display Modifier in Viewport. Now press Ctrl+R, then scroll up to add 3 edge loops on each side of the cube. Now if you notice here, you can see the gap between each edge loop is evenly distributed, which will help make a perfect circle shape. Let's select the top edge loop by holding the Alt key plus left mouse click. Press F3 from the keyboard to open the Blender search operation. Search for to sphere, and drag the mouse to make a circle from selected edges. Now we need to push the edges to every side. Select both side edge loops using Alt plus Shift plus left mouse click. Activate Display Modifier in Viewport. Press S and X to push the edges. If you notice the top portion, you can understand this is a bad idea. Let's undo it. While 2 edges are selected, press and hold the Ctrl key and drag a box at the top of the edges. This will deselect top edges only. Now push the selected edges to each side using the S and X key. In my case, I am using 1.5 as scale input. I am repeating the steps for the other side too. Select the top edge loop. Extrude it along the Z-axis. Add loop cuts to make the corner sharper. Now if you compare it with the previous model, you can spot the difference. Remove the bad circled one. You might notice I stopped telling you about the shortcut keys that we already used one or a couple of times. If you don't recall, make sure to pause the video and check the left bottom side of the screen for shortcut keys. The top part of the bottle needs to be adjusted. Press 1 for activating vertex selection mode, then drag select the top part of the bottle. If you now orbit the scene by pressing and holding the middle mouse button, you will notice that some of the vertices are not selected, because, by default, Blender limits us to select only visible section of the model. Let's activate X-ray mode. I love to activate X-ray mode using this shortcut key. Press the Alt plus Z button to activate X-ray mode. Now if you drag select the top part of our model, you will notice that this time Blender selected all the vertices. Just like before, press the S key and drag the mouse to scale. Here I am also adjusting the top portion position by pressing G to grab and Z to move the selection on the Z-axis only. Here I am activating the X-ray mode again. Press 2 to activate edge selection mode, then select the edge loop by holding the Alt key and selecting one edge. Press Ctrl+B, then drag the mouse to bevel the selected edge. While dragging the mouse, scroll up once to add a new edge loop at the center of the bevel. Let's go back to object mode by pressing the Tab key. Add one edge loop here by pressing the Ctrl+R button. Then right-click to have an edge loop at the center. Add another edge loop here. And one here too. Select all the corner vertices while pressing and holding the Shift key. Press S and scale just a little bit. This is just to add minor detail to our model, so feel free to adjust this section as you wish. You can scale, rotate and change positions whatever you want. Here I am noticing the corner is too sharp. Let's soften this corner. Select the upper edge loop by pressing and holding the Alt key and selecting one edge. Press G and then Z to move the edge loop on the Z-axis. Select another edge loop. If you now move the edge loop on the Z-axis, you can notice that our model seems broken, so we need to slide the edge loop along the connected edges. To do this, double press the G key to slide the edge loop along the connected edges. This is a very handy shortcut. Once done, tap the Tab key to go to object mode and check the result. If it seems too much softer, feel free to adjust those edge loops again. Here I am adjusting the details portion of our model again. You don't have to follow exactly what I am doing here. Feel free to be creative and adjust as you wish. Here I am adjusting the edge loop to make the corner a bit sharp. Also, I am removing one extra edge loop that we don't need anymore. So far our model is one thin surface. Let's add some volume to it by adding a solidify modifier. Adjust the thickness value to increase the volume of our model. If you notice the opening part of the model, you will understand that the inner portion is much more curvy than usual. To sharpen the edge, add one edge loop and slide the edge loop to the top. Press Ctrl+R to add an edge loop, then scroll the mouse to increase the edge loop here. Press S and Z to increase the gap between the edge loop. While holding the Shift key, select these faces. Press E to extrude the selected faces. You can notice that it's not working properly. Press the Escape key to cancel the extrude operation. If you have this type of artifact in the model, that means the extrude operation is already added to the model. Press Ctrl+Z to undo the operation. We need to change the transform pivot point to be able to properly extrude those faces. Change transform pivot point to individual origins. Now try to extrude those faces by pressing the E key. Now the extrude operation is working predictably, but we can see the artifact is still there. This artifact is actually the result of the solidify modifier. Undo the changes that we made using the Ctrl+Z key. Duplicate the model by pressing the Shift+D key, then press the X key to move the duplicated model on the X-axis. Apply the solidify modifier on the first model. Let's add a 2-mode edge loop at the top and one inside the nozzle. Now select the faces around the model and extrude using the E key. Now you can see the artifact is no more on our model. This is the end of part 2. In the next part, I will show you how to model the candle and fire, also how to animate the fire too. Subscribe, share your opinion and be creative. Thank you.